From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Ralph Dean, Johnny. Mono guarantee.
Oh, hiya, Ralph. How are things?
Rough. My wife could kill me, Johnny.
For the insurance?
No, just for kicks, because she's mad, because she wanted a mink coat.
In short, she's a woman.
I couldn't buy her a mink. I don't make that kind of money. You know how it is in the insurance game.
Oh, sure, I know, Ralph. You're down to your last yatch.
So what happens yesterday? I lose 80 mink coats, silver blue, worth $100,000. Gone, snatched, disappeared.
Warehouse robbery?
Check. Bandley Furriers out in Los Angeles. My wife's about to blow her stack. She says if I can't afford one fur coat for her, then how come I can pay for 80 of them that I haven't even got? How do you reason with a woman, Johnny?
I never try. Usually I just send flowers.
I've already done that. She ran them through the garbage disposer. So now what do I do?
Buy some more flowers.
Tonight, and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Home Office Mono Guarantee Insurance Company, 4312 Spring Street, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Silver Blue matter. Item 1, $152.40, telephone and incidentals and transportation to Los Angeles. I called the Mono Guarantee agent out there before I left and got a brief rundown on the case. Among other things, I learned that a man I'd known and worked with before, Detective Lieutenant Raymond Garcia, had been put in charge. And with Garcia on hand, I knew I could count on cooperation by the police. But I still wasn't expecting quite as much as I got.
Flight 12 for Las Vegas, Salt Lake, Minneapolis, and Chicago, now loading at...
I knocked over the fur joint myself, Johnny.
Garcia.
The only way we get to see you.
How have you been?
Overworked, underpaid, frustrated, disillusioned, unappreciated. In other words, fine. Got your luggage yet?
It's coming right there.
Good. We ought to get moving. I've got a squad car outside.
What's all the rush?
We've got a guy downtown in the hospital I figured you'd want to talk to.
Well, he'll wait, won't he?
He'd probably like to, if he had any choice.
He's dying?
Kinda looks that way. He's one of the 2 night watchmen the gang slugged when they broke into the warehouse. And he's our big one, Johnny. He's all we've got.
Has he been able to talk?
A couple of sentences during the night. He's got to talk.
What do you mean?
He's the only one who got a look at them.
When he did talk, what did he say?
Gibberish, mostly. He did say one thing, though. They were kids. Just a gang of kids.
Oh, that's going to make it rougher.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
What do you mean?
You'll find out later, Johnny. Come on, let's go.
We took the freeway into town with the accelerator floorboarded and the siren screaming. Racing against time and against dying. Weaving in and out through the four-wheel madness that Los Angeles calls traffic. And then the other side of the coin. The solemn quiet of hospital corridors. The calm voices of the nurses. And the blank hardness of sterile white walls. We sat there beside a bed and waited for a man to talk or to die. But the slow minutes passed, and he still did neither. So we waited.
Guess that shot the doctor gave him is not going to have any effect.
Apparently not.
It's a crazy world, Johnny.
No, just the people in it.
I mean, yesterday, we'd never even heard of this guy.
I still don't know his name.
And 24 hours later, here we are. A couple of strangers, sitting around watching him die.
It's here on his chart at the head of the bed. Albert Christman.
Strangers. Not even family or friends. He didn't have any family or friends. He lived alone in a furnished room. Worked alone, too, except for one partner. So, a gang of punks jump him and bust his head open. I'm a bad cop, Johnny. I get sentimental about things like this.
How'd they work it, Garcia?
It's a warehouse district. The streets are practically deserted at night. A police prowl car checks the street once about every 40 minutes, and they hit at 1:10 a.m., 3 minutes after the police had passed.
Sounds professional.
No, just a smart bunch of kids. The only fur they seemed to know was mink. They passed up a dozen or so chinchillas worth twice as much.
How'd they get in?
I don't know. Chrisman hasn't been able to tell us. They must have tricked him into opening the door.
What about Chrisman's partner?
He was making his rounds. They slipped up behind him, slugged him. He didn't see them. He didn't know what hit him.
And nobody outside in the street saw anything? Saw them leave with the furs or anything?
Nope. Or if they did, they're not saying anything. Oh, it's a rough one, Johnny. We haven't got a thing to go on.
Except Chrisman here.
The shape he's in, that's only a straw.
If he recognized any of them, if he lives long enough to identify...
At least the poor devil can groan.
I don't know. I think he's closer to being conscious right now than he's been in the last hour.
Maybe you're right.
Chrisman?
Water?
He wants a drink.
Yeah, here you go. That enough? You want some more?
Who are you?
This is Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator from Hartford. I'm Lieutenant Garcia, L.A. Police.
Warehouse. The kid.
It's all right now. You're in the hospital now. It's going to be all right.
My head.
Do you feel like answering a few questions, Mr. Chrisman? It won't take long. Those kids, how did they get in?
Telegram.
Telegram?
He showed me the telegram through the window.
Yes.
When I opened the door, one of them hit me.
Did you get a look at the boy who showed you the telegram?
Yes. I saw him.
Yeah?
18, 19.
What did he look like?
5'9", 10. Dark skin, black hair,
How was he dressed?
dark jacket. Hard to think.
Any scars? Anything unusual about him?
No. My head.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Would you recognize him if you saw him again?
Yes.
Any of the others?
No. The only one. There was a mark on his arm.
What kind of a mark?
My head. Oh, my head
What kind of a mark on his arm?
hurts too bad. I...
Well, that's that.
Yeah, he's passed out again. Well, we got a description.
Only one thing wrong with it.
What?
Right in that area, there are about 50,000 kids who fit it.
I talked with Mr. Banley, owner of the Furs. Then Garcia and I went down to the warehouse. It stood on the fringe of the river bottom section, fronting the railroad yards, and backed up by block after block of weather-beaten slum shacks. We looked through the warehouse, at the racks where the furs had hung, watchman's office where the gang had entered, but knew while we did it that we were only going through the motions. The police technicians had already been over the place inch by inch, and they'd found exactly nothing. Finally, we stepped out the door into the street. A drab gray street, cluttered with things cast off and discarded, dusty and hollow.
There's the story of this whole district down here, Johnny. Right there in that street.
Yeah.
It's a backwash, a service yard. It's something you need but don't like to look at, so you shove it out of sight. People you need but don't want around. It's the same with them.
You grew up down here, didn't you, Garcia?
Yeah, I grew up down here. That's why they gave me this case. I know this section inside out. And that's why I told you this one was going to be tough.
I think I get the general idea.
Those kids came from that slum there to the east. One gets you 9 on that. The people who live there aren't on our side, Johnny.
If they do know anything, they won't talk, is that it?
They wouldn't tell a cop the time of day. I don't mean they're criminals. Most of them aren't. It's just that they always put themselves on the other side.
What about juvenile gangs? Do they operate around here?
There are dozens of them. And there's another thing. A few of these gangs are pretty rough, and people who might talk don't because they're scared to. Oh, it's a great setup, Johnny. A fine place to look for $100 grand in furs.
You know, I've been thinking about the fact that they knew exactly the time to hit. They must have staked out here somewhere.
Sure, and probably right in the place you're thinking.
Hey, that lunchroom across the street?
No, they had to be inside, or the prowl car would have seen them. That's the only place open at night.
Did you shake it down?
Like I told you, Johnny, they won't give us the time of day.
Uh-huh. What about me having a go at it?
Yeah, maybe they wouldn't smell cop on you quite so strong. The owner's name is Red Wellers. He was on that night. See what you can get out of him if you want.
I think I will.
By the way, Johnny, I know you insurance guys make deals sometimes, no questions asked, just to get the loot back.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, before you make any deal on this one, you better remember one thing. Chrisman may die.
What do you say, Mac?
Save your money.
What do you want? Coffee?
Yeah, I guess so. How's business?
Bucket two a day. Farther in the hole. Want cream?
No, I'll drink it black.
Want a sinker with it?
No, thanks. Are you Red Willers?
So that's it.
What do you mean?
You're in that fur case, ain't you?
Maybe.
I thought you was the same one, but I couldn't be sure seeing you across the street. You come up with that cop Garcia a while ago, didn't you?
That's right. I'm an insurance investigator.
Well, you come to the wrong address, mister. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Who was in the lunchroom here just before the robbery?
I don't remember.
Any young kids here?
No, it was all old men with long beards.
I see.
10 cents for the coffee.
Yeah, they got you real scared, haven't they? Haven't they?
I don't know any days.
All right, look. You know Chrisman, the watchman over at the warehouse.
He comes in.
He didn't know any theys either.
What about it?
Nothing. Except he's dying. I'm at the Wilkins Hotel if you change your mind. Room 312, Johnny Dollar.
Sorry, I don't see no use of me dying, too. Follow me, Mac?
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, fear stalks the streets, closing the mouths of a sullen and suspicious people, terrifying a lonely girl, and bringing death in a dusty alley. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
This is long distance. Mr. Pat McCracken in Hartford, Connecticut is returning your call, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, thanks, operator. Put him on.
One moment, please.
Hello?
Hi, Pat.
Oh, Johnny. Hey, this message I found. Boy, I'm glad you called.
Say, what under the sun are you doing in Los Angeles?
Just down here for a confab with Jack Johnstone. You know, the guy who dramatizes the cases I handle and puts them on the air?
Yeah. Give him my best.
And I just wondered if you had anything out here I can do before heading back to Hartford.
And if so, it'll give you a chance to put your travel charges on the expense account.
What else?
Well, Johnny, I got a wire from him just a few minutes ago. You contact Herb Schilling at the Greater Southwest Insurance Company right there in L.A.
Okay, will do.
And you can address your expense account to them.
Right.
Oh, Johnny?
Yeah?
Have you got a gun with you?
Sure, Pat, I always... Huh? Why do you ask that?
Well, judging by Herb's wire, Johnny, you may need it. Bob Bailey, in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
A young lady by the name of Scheherazade kept her audience of one enthralled for 1,001 nights with one of the longest stories in history. That's a long time to devote to one chronicle, but some of CBS Radio's winning 7 weekday dramas have put that record in the shade, entertaining audiences in the millions with many times 1,001 days of continuing dramatic serials. Each weekday on the CBS Radio Network, there's a wealth of daytime drama, including such outstanding serials as The Romance of Helen Trent, The Couple Next Door, Ma Perkins, Whispering Streets, The Right to Happiness, The Second Mrs. Burton, and Young Dr. Malone. Monday through Friday, follow these absorbing, true-to-life stories. Only CBS Radio brings you the winning 7 combination of top daytime dramas. Another important reason for the different sound of this CBS radio station. And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Greater Southwest Insurance Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Winsome widow matter. Expense account item 1, $1.40 for a taxi from my hotel in West L.A. to Greater Southwest Insurance at one of those big office buildings on Wilshire Boulevard's Miracle Mile. Herb Schilling almost fell off his chair when I barged in on him.
Huh? Dollar?
Hiya, Herbie.
Look, I know that some of those new jet flights are pretty fast, but I only sent that wire to Pat McCracken a couple of hours ago.
I didn't waste any time trying to make plane connections, Herb. Just flew out under my own power.
You're kidding, I know. But where were you when you got the word from McCracken?
Right here in your own fair city.
Oh, I wish I'd known that. Even those couple of hours could have been saved.
Oh? What's the big problem?
A little matter of a liquor store holdup. Only I'm afraid this one wasn't so little.
Then tell me all.
Yeah, sit down. Johnny, for some reason or another, these places that sell bottle goods are a pretty frequent target for stick-ups. Here in Los Angeles, there have been quite a few of them over the years.
I'm surprised you insure them.
And needless to say, premiums are pretty high. And at least so far as our company's concerned, the policies are somewhat limited. That is, insofar as maximum allowable coverage is concerned.
Makes sense.
On the whole, we've been pretty lucky. By that I mean we've had to pay off relatively few claims. But now in the case of Willie Lehman...
Who's Willie Lehman?
His store is out in West Los Angeles at 10921 Santa Monica Boulevard.
And that's only about a mile from where I'm staying.
And the old man opened up his place late in 1951.
Oh?
Yes, 61. Early in 1952, he had his first holdup. The bandits got away with something over $900. So he bought some insurance from us.
Well, go on.
Since then, there have been 7 more attempted stick-ups there.
A total of 8 in as many years, huh?
Yeah.
Then your company must be getting a bit tired of paying off.
No, because after the second time.
He know how to use it?
He certainly did. He had a lot of medals from some German outfit he was in during the last war. Anyhow, he suffered no more losses. That is, until last night.
Oh, how much?
In money?
What else?
Something like over $400 out of the cash register, as nearly as the police can figure from the register slip.
Well, couldn't Lehman tell you how much?
No. Because you see, Johnny, he also lost his life.
Oh. And I take it you wrote his life insurance, too.
That's right. $30,000.
I see.
Look, it's a little late in the day, but you want to go out there, check with the police?
Sure. I'll be in touch. Item 2, $50, deposit on a drive-your-own car. I passed up 10921 Santa Monica Boulevard and went right on out west to West L.A. Police Headquarters. There I ran down Sergeant Mike Kirby, who was covering the whole affair. Mike turned out to be a young, alert guy on the ball and completely cooperative.
That's right, Dollar. 8 times since he opened the place in 51. And that's way out of line.
Yeah, I should certainly think so.
And the last 3 stick-ups have been within the past 10 weeks.
Sergeant, Mike contacted the insurance company. Herb Schilling tells me that Willie Lehman managed to fight off most of the bandits.
He told you right, Dollar. Lehman was not only a crack shot, but I guess he was pretty quick on the draw. It was only last month that he killed one of the 2 men that tried to hold him up.
2 men? What about the other?
I'm way ahead of you.
Huh?
We find that other man, we find the killer. Probably.
It seemed like a pretty safe bet. But look, Mike, if there were so many tries at this one place and so many all at once...
Stakeout?
Sure, somebody watching over the place.
We tried it. As long as we had somebody there, sitting in the back or working behind the counter or just watching from across the street, nothing happened. But the minute we took them away, bing, another holdup try. Somehow they seemed to know whenever we had the place under surveillance.
And more important, when you didn't. Oh, what have you got to work on?
Oh, nothing but a couple of bullets, I'm afraid. Want to take a run over and look at the place?
Sure, Mike. Why not? The liquor store was closed, but there were lights on in the living quarters above it. We knocked a couple of times, but got no answer, so Mike used the key that he had. He and his men had been careful to leave things as they'd been at the time of the killing.
He was lying right there, Dollar, as though he'd come around the end of the counter.
Uh-huh. Near that door to the back room, huh?
Yeah. That door also leads upstairs to the apartment. He must have taken a couple of shots at the bandit. You see where the bottles were broken over on the shelf?
Yeah.
No bloodstains or anything. I guess he missed for once. But not the bandit. Caught him right in the heart, Johnny. Bullet went in at the right shoulder, then down through his heart and stopped against the lower left rib.
Of course, until you get a lab report on that bullet. Huh?
Well, it must be his wife. The wife, she didn't answer when we knocked on the door. Good evening, Mrs. Lehman.
Oh, no. Are you here again? Gee, Sergeant, do you have to come around at all hours?
Oops. Hold everything. Lehman had been 61, but his wife, Gloria, couldn't have been more than 30. Tall, dark, she was obviously very proud of her highly commendable figure. Yeah, and she was pretty. That is, almost. Maybe it was just a little too much makeup, especially around the eyes, that she knew how to use so well. A little bell had rung in the back of my head. Yeah. And since I'd noticed a phone booth at the gas station next door, item 3, 10 cents for a call.
Johnny.
That's right, Herb, and I'm sorry to call you at home.
That's all right, Johnny.
But there's one thing I forgot to ask you about when I talked to you.
Yeah, what's that?
Who's the beneficiary of old man Lehman's life insurance?
Why, his wife, Gloria, Johnny.
Thank you, Herb Schilling.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. When Fidel Castro was biding his time in a remote fastness in Cuba, only a network like the CBS radio network had the equipment and manpower to go in and bring out the background of his revolutionary movement, his own words on what was to come and how it would come about. When major news breaks anywhere in the world, only a network like CBS Radio has correspondents on the scene or within short range. Only news like CBS News is global in scope and is up to the minute as a direct report from on the scene. That's why millions prefer CBS News on CBS Radio and its affiliated stations to every other reporting medium for speed, for accuracy. Remember, when the story is big, only a news-gathering force like ours can scoop it up and send it slicing through space to your set, packaged for immediate delivery. Get it first, and get it right. Make CBS News on CBS Radio your listening post on the world. And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Winsome Widow Matter.
After After the phone call to Herb Schilling, I went back into the liquor store where Sergeant Mike Kirby was still talking to Lehman's widow, Gloria.
You mean you don't plan to reopen the store at all, Mrs. Lehman?
Not if I can help it. I'll sell this dump to the first person I find has enough money to buy it.
And then what, Mrs. Lehman?
Why don't you call me Gloria, huh? Everybody else does. And who are you, anyway, Johnny? You aren't a cop, and you don't look like a dick.
Well, thanks.
Mr. Dollar's here because of the insurance involved.
From the insurance company?
That's right.
Well, listen, Willie had some insurance.
I know.
I mean, on himself, as well as the store. I don't know how much it is, but he promised me that he'd buy some.
It was your idea that he insure his life?
Sure, an old guy like him. I figured he'd up and die sometime while I was still young and beautiful, so why shouldn't I let him provide something for my future, like they say? Only whoever thought he was going to die as soon as this?
Whoever planned and carried out his murder?
You mean somebody planned to kill him this way?
Just where were you when it happened, Gloria?
I was upstairs in bed, asleep. Look, I've told the cops all about it.
Well, you must have heard the shooting.
I'll say I did.
And what did you do?
I put on a robe and come running down here. Well, I see the cash register open and poor old Willie laying there. And when I see that he's dead, I phone the police.
You didn't see anybody else down here?
Well, by the time I got here, whoever did it was gone.
You don't seem at all upset over your husband's murder.
Now, you want me to put on an act? Don't you know that he was twice as old as I am?
Then why did you marry him?
Well, you know how it is. A chance to settle down and let somebody else support you for a change. Made him happy to have me around, and I guess I liked it okay, too, for a while. But, gee, what a bore. All he did was talk about getting enough money to go back to the old country. Well, who wants to go back to any old country when you can have such a ball in this one? I know I always have, even when I was married to old Willie. Of course, he just didn't always know where I was half the time. Well, don't you like having fun, Johnny? I mean, with people more like your own age? How old are you, Johnny? Don't answer it. No, don't answer it. The place is closed.
Well, it might be for me, Mrs. Lehman.
Oh, yeah.
Kirby. Yeah?
And listen, Johnny.
Oh.
If you can get me that
Sure.
insurance money in a hurry, well,
Yeah, good.
I'll want
take
you
it
to
away,
know
Paul?
I appreciate it.
Gloria, how long ago were you married to
Okay.
Willie Lehman?
Last September.
Yeah.
Oh?
Now, why do you say it that way? I
Okay,
told you,
I'll go on
Johnny,
back
I
to the
married the
station.
old man so he could take care of me.
Excuse me, Johnny. I got to get back to headquarters. Ballistics downtown is sending up a report on the bullets we found.
Oh, good.
Also, Bob Golden picked up a bum in a saloon, and it looks like he's the one that did this job.
They picked up the guy that killed Willie?
Looks like it. You want to come with me, Johnny? Well, do you or don't you?
Yeah, Mike. I'll go along with you.
I told all those other cops. I'm the guy that heisted the dough out of Lehman's Liquors last night.
Then you shot and killed him, Benny.
Oh, no. No, I tell you, I didn't do it. That's the truth. So help me, that's the truth.
Are you trying to say somebody else went in there and shot him after you left, Benny?
Well, I don't know.
There was no reason if you'd already taken his money.
But I don't know. How should I know? You think I stuck around there after I got his dough?
How many shots did you fire at him, Benny?
How many shots? I didn't fire none. You saw that gun the cops took off of me. It was made of rubber. That's all it was. It was made of rubber. If I hadn't got stupid and gone out and got drunk and showed it to somebody and told them how I got away with the money from that liquor store with it, you think these dumb cops had ever got wise to me?
You didn't fire a single shot?
How could I? I wave my rubber gun at him. He reaches under the counter. He comes up empty, so he gives me the dough and I leave.
You're lying, Benny.
You make a paraffin test, Mike.
Yeah, and I think this is the result of it. Well, Conroy?
The paraffin test was negative, Sergeant. No sign of powder on either of his hands. Also, Sergeant...
There, you see? I told you I never had no real gun.
All right, Benny.
I told you all I did was rob that joint. So
Shut up,
what do you want
Benny.
me to
Shut
do?
up.
Yeah, Conroy?
Also, Sergeant, here's the report from downtown on the bullets from ballistics.
Good, yeah, let me have them.
And also, they returned that gun of Mr. Lehman's that they found beside his body. There's no prints at all on it. Now,
Johnny.
is there anything else?
Hey, look at this. Yeah? Conroy?
Yes.
Get this bum out of here. Lock him up upstairs.
Yes, sir. Come on, Benny.
You wise guys can't pin no murder rap on me. You wait till I get a lawyer.
Oh, yeah, we'll wait.
What's it say, Mike?
Listen, the bullet that killed Willie Lehman and the bullets we pulled out of the wall of that store.
Well?
Johnny, they all came from Lehman's own gun.
Well, how about that?
In other words, with the help of that phony rubber pistol, Benny somehow got Lehman's gun away from him. Maybe Lehman had already pulled off a couple of shots and missed, but the one that killed him...
Oh, yeah. The paraffin test showed no powder on Benny's hands.
Then he must have worn gloves. He must have killed Lehman.
You want to bet?
Then who did?
Well, first, I think I'd better get some proof.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi, drink light, refreshing Pepsi, stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
When friends drop in, let your hospitality show you're sociable in the modern manner. Pepsi, you know, is the favorite of the smart and young at heart.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi, drink light, refreshing Pepsi, stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
Have you tried a Pepsi lately?
Now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Listen, Mike, you're overlooking one thing.
Like what, Johnny?
That Benny's a shaky old bum, a wino. Suppose he'd gone into that liquor store with a real gun instead of that phony little rubber one you boys found on him.
Well?
You think for a minute he could have stood up against a crack shot like you say Lehman was?
Well, now, that's
Of course
beside...
not. Now, could he get Lehman's gun away from him and kill him with it? Ever since he kept the gun in that store, not a single holdup man has got the better of him. He even killed one of them a month ago.
That's very true.
All right. Now, I think I can get your killer for you. Only you have to let me get her my own way.
Her?
That's right.
You mean Lehman's wife, Gloria?
That's right.
Johnny, I thought of her, too. Motive, opportunity, everything. But proof.
Let me handle it my own way.
But if she didn't do it...
If I'm wrong, it won't be any reflection on you, on your record.
Oh. I see what you mean.
Okay. We'll take my car. And you gotta promise me one thing.
What's that?
That you'll stay outside, that you won't make any move until I ask you to, no matter what happens.
Well, now, Johnny...
Otherwise, you can try hauling her in yourself. But, of course, if you're wrong about her.
Okay, Johnny, let's go.
I'm glad you came along, Johnny. I'm getting awful tired of having all those cops around here.
All right, listen, Gloria.
And you are going to get that $30,000 insurance money for me in a hurry, aren't you? You know how long it'll take for me to get the rest of his stuff here in this state. A guy dies, it's sometimes a couple of years before they... What's the matter, Johnny?
30,000, huh?
What?
I thought you didn't know the amount of that insurance.
Well, Johnny...
Gloria, the only recent attempts at a holdup were made between the times the cops had a stakeout here, right?
Yes, that's right, Johnny.
Then somebody must have passed the word around when everything was clear.
You think so? Gee, that's...
Yeah, and I also think that the only people who knew when the police weren't here were you and your husband.
Well, you don't think he'd go around blabbing it?
No, I don't.
Well, then... Now, wait a minute, Johnny Dollar.
Don't get your back hair up, Gloria, not yet.
What?
Your husband was good enough with a gun to have thwarted 7 robbery attempts in a row.
That's right.
So I think he could have prevented his own murder if he'd had his gun last night.
Well, of course he had it. They found it laying next to his body.
Somebody was glad to see these holdups, these attempts anyway, because it provided a perfect excuse to kill him.
Now, listen,
he
Johnny...
kept the gun under the counter, didn't he?
Sure. Right here, under the register.
Okay. I'm going to put my gun there.
What are you up to, Johnny?
Get behind the counter a minute. About where he'd stand when a customer came in.
Well, sure. right about here.
So last night, a man came in and he stood about here. He pulled a toy gun out of his pocket, demanded the money in the register.
What is this?
What would your husband have done? Well?
Grab the gun. Like this.
You're pointing that right at me, you know.
That's what he would have done.
But there was no gun there last night, because you had taken it. And when the bandits left, you were standing up on the stairs, there at the back. You'd come down from your apartment.
What are you talking about?
The bullet that killed him went from his right shoulder down to his heart, down to the lower ribs, because you were up on the stairs when you shot him. Then you fired a couple of shots into the wall and you called the police.
To prove that, Johnny, enough for the cops?
When I tell them, Gloria...
But you won't, Johnny, because it happened just the way you said. But you're never going to tell.
Gloria!
Too late, Johnny! No! 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 You took the bullets out! You tricked me! You tricked me!
That's right, Gloria.
Dirty, double-crossing! You lying cheat!
You happy, Sergeant? Pretty obvious, I guess, right from the beginning. But as I said, getting proof, or in this case, a confession, isn't always so easy. Anyhow, expense account total, including mileage on the rental car and the trip back to Hartford, I'll call it $250 even. Okay? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Can you get premium gasoline performance at regular gasoline price? Find out what so many other car owners have found. In 3 out of 5 cars, regular priced Sinclair Dino gasoline matches performance of premium gasolines, saves you up to 4 cents a gallon. Almost anywhere you see the Sinclair sign, you can save up to 4 cents a gallon with Dino and still get premium performance and mileage. Drive with care and buy Sinclair Dino gasoline. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Jackson Beck, Joseph Julian, Jack Grimes, Bob Maxwell, and Peter Fernandez. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Tomorrow begins a new week's hilarity with Arthur Godfrey Time on the CBS Radio Network.
Everybody knows a taxi driver likes being over-tipped, but you can't blame him for not liking being tipped over.
This is another in the adventures of America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar. At insurance investigation, he's only an expert. At making out his expense account, he's an absolute genius.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To Home Office, the Nutmeg State Liability Underwriters, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of my expenditures during my investigation of the disappearance of 12 Apex cabs. Or who took the taxis for a ride. Expense account, item 1, $3.10, train fare Hartford to New York. Item 2, $1.10, dinner en route. Item 3, $18, club car. Expense account, item 4, $1.30, cab fare from station to garage and offices of Apex Taxi Company. I naturally waited for an Apex cab, but could have saved my time. The driver told me nothing, except that the man who came rushing out of the Apex office when we pulled up was the big boss, Mr. Gordon McKissick. Thanks, driver. He's just the man I'm looking for. Here.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, McKissick!
I can't stop now. I'm in a hurry. See me tomorrow.
Wait a minute, will you? I'm Johnny Dollar from the insurance company.
Oh, good. That's different. Just in time. Come along.
Where are we going?
Come on, tell you in the car.
Just had a call from the police. Another one of my cabs has been stolen.
Huh?
They found the driver slugged and unconscious, and I got to get out there. I tell you, Dollar, I'm going crazy. This has got to stop. It's not only driving me out of business, it's driving me out of my mind. The police have done their best, and Lord knows I have too, but I'm about ready to give up. This makes 12 of my taxi cabs disappeared off the face of the earth. It's fantastic. I can't believe it.
Hold it, McKissick. Do us both a favor, will you?
Huh? What?
Play cucumber for a few seconds.
Oh.
Remember, the insurance company I represent has plenty to scream about, too. What I need is some facts.
I haven't got any facts. And if this keeps up, I won't have any taxis. They're gone, that's all. 12 of them, that's all there is to it.
Any idea of a motive? Some new kind of car theft?
That's what the cops say.
Okay, what's your idea? Robbing the drivers?
You don't have to steal a cab to rob a driver. It's ridiculous.
All right, then. What else could it be? Competition? Sabotage?
That's my guess. Competition. So far, it's only a guess. I'd give anything to know.
So would the insurance company. Anything. They'd even give up my happy young life.
This is it. 13th and East River.
Yeah, and there's the crowd. Humanity's strongest magnet. Blood.
Yeah.
Back. Please. Stand back. Come on.
Hey, officer.
Huh? What do you want?
Look, here's my ID. This man is McKissick, the victim's boss. How about getting us through that crowd?
Well, all right, but I don't know. The right side of his face don't feel much like talking. It's caved in. Stand aside now. Come on. Move.
Let's get through here. Come on, Dollar. Let's move in.
Open them up. I can't breathe in here, let alone the hurt man.
Get out of the way, will you?
Okay, Mr. Dollar. Here you are.
Oh. Hey, are they right? Is this one of your men, McKissick?
Yeah, George Brandon. Been with me 4 years.
Oh. Brandon, listen to me. Who did it? Do you know who did it? Try hard, will you?
Never saw him before.
Yeah, Brandon, only one. Well, what did he look like? Come on, boy.
Hey, little guy. Dark. He talk funny.
He talked funny? How, Brandon? How? An accent?
Hey.
Come on, Brandon. Well, that's it.
All right, clear the way. Stand back. Clear the way for the ambulance.
The ambulance. The ambulance turns out to be the wrong kind of a wagon. Expense account, item 5, $28. Transportation the following day, visiting hospitals and the homes of the other 11 Apex drivers who had lost their cabs. During the course of this, I contracted a severe case of what GIs used to refer to as Jeep seat. Out of 11 interviews, I got 3 clues. 1, that up until last night's killing, the cab nappers had worked as a team. The little dark guy with an accent, as described by the dead driver Brandon, and a 300-pound accomplice wearing a seersucker suit, a Panama hat, and a complexion akin to a perspiring blob of leaf lard. This heavier of the two heavies, it seemed, never actively participated in any of the rough stuff, merely assuming the role of director of operations. Clue number 2, that in each instance, the driver's uniform cap was also stolen, which indicated to me merely that the getaway driver was very much interested in looking like a cab driver. Finally, clue number 3. From the most disgruntled of the drivers interviewed, the fact that the fleet owner McKissick had spent 3 years bootlegging, another 4 bookmaking, and had spent some very short vacations getting away from it all in prison, which naturally led me back to McKissick's Apex garage and office.
Come in. Oh, Dollar. Well, what have you found out?
Well, I'll tell you, McKissick. So far, I've just hit the ABCs. Later on, I'll get to the XYZs.
Look, Dollar, I'm getting fed up with double talk.
What I want to talk about is a double life. Yours.
What?
I once broke a leg jumping to a conclusion, so don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm doing. But a less experienced investigator might immediately assume that a man like you, an ex-bootlegger, ex-bookmaker, ex-jailbird, just might be stealing his own cabs for the insurance money.
Well, you small
Now, wait a
town-
minute. Don't get that way, or I might also get the idea that you have a killer instinct.
My record's my own business. It was okay with the Hack Bureau. It was okay when that company sold me the insurance, so it'll have to be okay with you because you're stuck with it.
Nobody's calling you guilty.
Okay!
Okay, all I'm telling you is this. I want your cabs off the street until this thing is cleared up.
That's big talk, little man.
When the day shift comes in at 4:30, tell them to park their cabs in the garage. And you can tell your dispatcher the night shift isn't working tonight.
Bad enough to have my competition running me out of business. Now the little helper from the insurance company shows up to finish the job, huh?
I'm not trying to put you out of business. I'm trying to keep you in.
Well, it don't sound like it.
No cooperation from you, no insurance. I'll have it canceled as fast as I can get to a phone. How about it?
Okay, Dollar. I can't do anything about it. But if I were you, I wouldn't be caught hanging around here by any one of those drivers you're putting out of work. Some of them play rough.
You can always depend on a cab driver for being on time, when it's time to knock off work. By 5 o'clock, the garage was full of taxis and carbon monoxide fumes. By 5:30, it was devoid of humanity, and a night watchman I'd met before stood guard outside the locked gate. At 6 o'clock, a visitor dropped in on him, followed almost immediately by me.
Senor, it is so important that I find it.
Yeah.
It contains everything I have in the world almost. All my money, even my passport.
What's this, Vinny?
Huh? Oh, Mr. Dollar. Yeah. Well, a young lady claims she lost...
My purse, senor. I hired one of your taxi cabs this afternoon and left my purse in it. It's so important that I get it.
Yeah. I told her to call Lost and Found in the morning.
But, senor, what will I do tonight?
While we're trying to figure that out, will you join me in a drink?
I would like that.
Her name was Marita Guastella. She was the dark type, so I took her around the corner to a dark saloon. On the way in, we passed 4 grumbling Apex cab drivers shooting hot looks at me over cold beers. I arranged her in a booth so I could keep an eye on them, in case their intentions were no good, and an ear on her story, which I knew wasn't.
You see, this is my first trip to America. I came from Spain 2 weeks ago. This afternoon, I was shopping on Fifth Avenue, and that is when I took the cab from 49th Street to the Sherry Netherlands Hotel.
49th, Sherry Netherlands.
Yes.
What time did you take the cab?
Wait, I'm not sure exactly.
That would help.
Oh, well, it was exactly 10 minutes after 4. I remember now. I looked at a clock.
And what time did you arrive at the hotel, Marita?
Why are you writing all this down?
Just trying to help you find your purse.
Oh, but I do not want to put you to any trouble. I am perfectly willing to search through the taxis myself.
Honey, the city of New York has gone to a lot of trouble to save you that trouble. Every driver has to keep a record of every trip. Where he picks up his passengers, where he drops them, and when. He puts it on a big card. So all we have to do is find out which card has your trip listed on it, then we'll know which cab.
Oh, I see.
Then we'll go to the little cab and probably find your little purse. All right?
Oh, it is very good of you, senor. If you would not mind the trouble.
Sometimes bothering with this kind of trouble eliminates my employer's troubles. How about another martini? Expense account, item 6. $4, bar tab. Tip to waiter, $1. And here's a tip to young ladies who are pretending that they just came from Spain 2 weeks ago. Don't order bird bath martinis and put them away in one gulp. The drinking taste of Spanish ladies is more the sherry type. And martinis are hard enough to get used to in 2 years, let alone 2 weeks. Or who knows, maybe she was just in a hurry to get to the Spanish olives. One thing was fairly apparent, though. She seemed to be in a hurry to get something out of one of those cabs, and not by way of the Lost and Found department. The least I could do, both as a gentleman and an insurance investigator, was to accept her phony-sounding story and take her back to the garage. I arm in arm the sometime senorita around the block, passing the time in a conversation not exactly based on her mother's favorite recipe for a rosa con pollo. As we passed the office portion of the Apex cab building, I gave up looking into her eyes and saw something that was open even wider, the garage gate.
Johnny, what is it?
The watchman, he's gone.
Perhaps he just stepped inside.
Look at the stains on the sidewalk. Blood.
Oh, Bridewell. He's been...
Bridewell? Who's Bridewell?
I do not know.
Who's Bridewell?
Please, let me go. Let me go, please, Johnny. You're hurting my arm.
Marita had twisted away and was hightailing it up the street. I went stamping up the ramp in the direction of the source of the scream. On the way up, I hit the light switch. In this racket, even big boys should be afraid of the dark. The first portal, I slowed my run into a pussyfoot pace and edged around the corner, sliding my back along the dispatcher's counter. When I got halfway down, the corner of my right eye picked off a pair of high black shoes, night watchman type. Heels on the floor, toes pointed up, sticking out from behind the end of the counter. I didn't have time to get a look at the rest of them. Something so round, so firm, and so fully loaded gave me a cold steel kiss under the left ear.
Pray do yourself the favor, sir, of remaining absolutely still. Now you may turn around.
Would this be Mr. Bridewell?
Good indeed, sir.
What about the night watchman?
Have no fears for him. I'm fortunately accomplished in the administration of first aid. Got a good deal of practice. I've seen to it that he's resting comfortably.
I'll bet.
Well, Victor, my boy, I trust your search was successful.
Successful? Somebody beat us to it. All them cabs has been searched.
Nonsense, my boy. How can you tell in so short a time?
How about taking a look for yourself, fat boy?
You couldn't possibly have picked over all of them. Proceed with the search and quickly. In the meantime, perhaps our friend here is the proprietor of the search that preceded ours.
In this case, practically anything could happen.
Yes, anything could. Knowing that should encourage you to mind your manners. Now, sir, will you accompany me to my hotel where we can discuss this further?
With you holding that .38 caliber steel-engraved invitation in your hand, I'd be a perfect cad to refuse.
In just a moment, we'll return to the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. But first, your armed forces are constantly searching for new methods and devices for national security and better peacetime living. Today's serviceman is a skilled professional who works with advanced techniques and equipment. If you're interested in science and technical subjects, your armed forces offers you a great opportunity now. Find out how you can join the world's greatest scientific enterprise, the Armed Forces of the United States. Now, with our star, Charles Russell, we return to the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. And tonight's story, Who Took the Taxis for a Ride?
Looking for some stolen taxicabs and wound up in a hotel room looking stupid. Not wishing to make this a permanent effect, I put my mind to work, and the fruits of its labor went something like this. Whoever had been stealing those cabs, and I figured I was face to face with one of them now, had not been stealing the Apex rolling stock for the cabs themselves, but for something evidently hidden in one of them. From here on in, there was only one way to play it, by ear. That was easy, because the pasty-faced 300-pounder draped in a double-breasted seersucker tent was doing all the talking.
In 1912, when I was expelled from Oxford University as a result of an unfortunate association with an unscrupulous proctor, I arrived at this decision, sir. It is sometimes not profitable to be on the apparently right side. Do I make myself clear?
Well, in a roundabout way, I think so.
Now then, I am thus fully acquainted with my position in regard to this matter of the Scarlet Madonna. But you, where do you stand?
I'm running a one-man escort service for Marita Guastella.
Marita. So, the lovely but unwise Marita has taken unto herself an accomplice, has she? Well, as long as you're allied with her, you and I must be at cross purposes.
Well, I'm open to suggestion.
Good. The girl is nothing more than a penniless adventuress, a common thief. While I, sir, may be able to tempt your transient loyalties with some very fetching terms. Mm-hmm. Well, Victor?
This is our man, all right. I knocked it out of that night watchman when he came to. There was only one guy in that garage besides us. This is him. Let's go to work.
Now, here, Victor. This is not the time for violence. The gentleman and I are about to discuss terms of mutual profit. Are we not, sir?
You were discussing. I was listening.
Yes. You'll find that I can be concise when the situation demands that I be. Shall we start with a figure of, say, $5,000?
I got nuts. Let me work him over.
Now, Victor, you'll kindly remember that I deplore violence. Well, young man, what do you say?
Nuts to your 5,000, Mr. Bridewell.
Good heavens, man. Have you lost your mind? What do you think the Scarlet Madonna is worth to you?
Well, so far it's been worth one man's life, 12 taxicabs. On a used car lot, that comes to more than $5,000.
$7,500 there.
Keep coming.
Now, see here now. There's not only a limit to my generosity, there's a limit to my patience. How else do you expect to realize such a handsome profit?
I haven't made up my mind.
Perhaps I can help you. Here are the problems you face. The Scarlet Madonna is no ordinary gem to be disposed of through the ordinary channels. You, sir, have the faintest notion of the importance of the jewel.
I've got a hunch I could retire for life on it.
A very short life it might be. It'd be a pity if your blood were mixed with that already shed through the centuries over the Scarlet Madonna.
Now, don't waste time with that story, fat stuff. We haven't got all week.
My purpose in this repetitious recitation is bona fide. The bloody history may convince our friend that no one since the year 1256 has been able to share for any appreciable length of time the company of the Scarlet Madonna.
Hey, tell him about the
For that
pirate.
was the year it was fashioned to be worn in the vestments of John of Vicenza. On March 20th of that year, he was ordered by Alexander IV to hasten to the province of Tuscany to aid in the routing of the heretics. There, John was murdered and robbed of this jewel. And since that date, it has never ceased its bloody journey through history. England, France, and Spain.
Don't forget the pirate, fat stuff.
Thank you, Victor, for your helpful interest. Indeed, it is true. During one of its bloodier experiences, it was woven into the beard of an Alsatian pirate, from which it fell when his head tumbled into the basket beneath a guillotine.
Yeah, that one killed me. You see, mister, don't go losing your head.
I'm trying not to. Look, Bridewell, if this rock is so hot, how come you're willing to risk your pudgy little neck for it?
Victor here and I are only the temporary middlemen for this infamous death.
You aren't yet.
Am I to understand that you refuse?
Well, I must say you tell a very good story. But the answer is still nothing doing.
I told you, fat stuff. We're wasting your breath on this guy.
All right, Victor, that's enough. Here, now, get up, young man.
Keep that monkey off of me or I'll yell the roof off this joint.
Yes, no, that won't be necessary. Now, put your hands up, please. Now, Victor, go through his pockets. Not that anyone would be foolish enough to carry the Scarlet Madonna.
Okay, now. Stand easy.
Oh, you'll kick your teeth in.
Don't try it. Hey.
Come on.
You know what we got here? An insurance stick.
I know, Victor. One gun is enough.
Not for me, it ain't. He must be from the company insuring the rock.
No, Victor. I am thoroughly familiar with the policies covering the Scarlet Madonna. What's the gentleman's name?
Johnny Dollar from Hartford, Connecticut.
And right now, thinking there's no place like home. I'm leaving.
No, not alive, you ain't. We can't let him out of here. He's red hot for us.
Put down your weapon, Victor. There's been trouble enough.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. Back off, Buster.
Victor, I must insist. Let him get away.
Focus. Let go of me.
Insurance investigator, whatever. If he knows where the jewel is, he's more good to us alive than dead. More valuable than even you.
The elevators weren't fast enough. I hit every fourth step down 8 flights of stairs to the lobby and out into the street.
Mr. Dollar.
Hmm?
Johnny, I must see you.
Oh, Marita. Well, this saves me looking for you. You just tag right along. Taxi!
Here you are, sir.
After you, Lady of Spain.
Thank you, Johnny.
You're welcome.
Oh, my poor Johnny. What did they do to you?
A gentleman named Victor hung a right hand on me, complete with signet ring.
Oh, Johnny.
Oh, never mind that hanky. I'm not in the mood to be dabbed at.
I'm so sorry. Johnny, what did they tell you?
Oh, no, you don't. First, I want to hear what you have to tell me. Then we'll compare stories.
Wait, there's not much to tell. The Scarlet Madonna is rightfully and legally mine. My only crime was to bring it into this country illegally through customs. I met Bridewell and that horrible Victor on the ship. And when I got to New York, I realized that they were following me. I was terrified.
That I'll believe.
I was in a taxi cab, and they followed me in another. It forced us to a curb, and, well, I hid the jewel in the upholstery of the taxi. Then I jumped out and fled for my life. Oh, I remember that it was an Apex cab. I've been trying to find the exact one ever since.
So apparently they. How'd they find out?
They ran after me that night. They searched me and all of my belongings. And then when I started my search, they realized what I was doing.
Well, looks like anybody can catch the brass ring on this merry-go-round.
Please, Johnny, tell me that you will help me to recover the Madonna.
Look, gorgeous. All I'm trying to catch up with is a dozen stolen taxicabs.
But you are not just going to leave me flat?
With that figure? Impossible. I took Marita to a small hotel, got her a room, And while she was taking a bath, I stole her clothes and left her, locked in that strongest of midtown prisons, nudity. The first joker I went looking for back at the Apex garage was the unfortunate night watchman. I found him sitting up and taking nourishment out of a bottle and nursing an egg on his head that would have hatched an ostrich.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah.
I tell you, I've been worried about you. Yeah. Thank heavens you're all right.
No thanks to you.
No, what do you mean, sir?
I mean, why'd you tell that sawed-off ape who slugged you around that I searched these cabs in here last night?
Why, I didn't mention you, sir. I told him it was the boss, McKissick.
Huh?
Yeah.
McKissick? Where is he now, do you know?
He just came by. I believe he's next door in his office.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, McKissick. This case is developing more suspects than a garlic breath in a crowded elevator.
Now, listen to me, McKissick. Got some double-crossing scum. I tried to level with you. 10,000 is my top offer. Turn it over.
Let's see your money. You don't trust me, I don't trust you.
All right, you had your chance. From now on, there ain't no money. There ain't no money in it. Oh, no, Victor, no. Hey, what's it?
Here's what I owe you. Come on, get up. More.
Hey, a minute.
Then I finished the job he had started. I found the Scarlet Madonna clutched in McKissick's dead hand. For a Scarlet Madonna, it was mighty green. It was an emerald about the size of a pack of cigarettes that's been flattened out in your pocket. A Madonna figure was carved in bas relief on one surface. As I stood over the body of McKissick, looking down at the green gem in my hand, I realized where it got its crimson name. For on the floor, outlying my hand, was a spreading pool of scarlet blood.
Well, sir, we meet again.
Yeah, so it seems.
May I offer you my congratulations, at the same time request that you hand over the Scarlet Madonna?
Being unarmed, as you are, you're not welcome to it.
Well, perhaps I have something more persuasive than a weapon. Here are my credentials.
I'll look at them if you'll back up against the wall.
Very well. You'll also find there a letter authorizing me to the legal possession of this infamous, this hateful, this accursed instrument of greed. I'll explain that it's been my odious duty to retrieve it for its rightful owner, the Stillwell Museum in London, from which it was stolen by Victor and his erstwhile lady-in-waiting, the exotic Marita.
Insurance investigator. You? Where do you come from? What's your outfit?
Yes, I thought I'd set you back on your heels. I'm from London. Pity we didn't have each other's interests classified earlier. We might very well have, shall we say, collaborated in this matter.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's an unvoiced question lurking on the tip of your tongue. My association with the bestial Victor.
Well, at this point, I didn't want to insult you.
Think nothing of it, my boy. Due to a fortunate similarity in voice and physique to your accomplice actor, Mr. Sidney Greenstreet, I find myself automatically listed as undoubtedly the villain of the piece. In this case, and in many others during my fantastically successful career as an insurance investigator, I was able to align myself with the basic source of the villainy involved. Further, I pray that you not accuse me of being associated with any of the physical violences which have punctuated this case. In short, this Victor fellow occasionally slipped through my fingers.
Look, all I'm trying to find is 12 lousy taxi cabs.
Well, then, your troubles are at an end, my boy. I shall write out an address.
Fine.
And there you shall find them unharmed in the warehouse hard by the East River.
Okay.
You'll forgive me, I'm sure, if I tell you that in this case, it is but another small milestone in the glorious pathway strewn with superior accomplishments in solving those minor mysteries evolved by the niggardly minds of the sniveling criminals who would offend the sanctity of that guardian of the peace of the public mind, the insurance company.
Amen. Expense account, item 7. $1.95, one evening gown, which was hard enough to find, but would probably be even harder to wear at that price. Purchased in an all-night salon de mode on 136th Street. This dress I gave to Mr. Bridewell to take with him when he went calling on Senorita Marita Guastella prior to turning her over to the police. Expense account, item 8, $6.10. One bottle of you-know-what with which to gargle the half-good, half-bad taste left by this case out of my mouth. Expense account, item 9, transportation. No, come to think of it, you can forget this item for a while. I think I'd better stay here in Manhattan and rest up a bit. Expense account, item 9, $400. Advance. Entertainment and things while resting on my laurels. Or possibly Mr. Bridewell's laurels. But anyway, resting. Expense account total, $1,100. You fill in the cents. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Norman Macdonnell and stars Charles Russell, with script by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd. Featured in the cast were Herb Butterfield as Mr. Bridewell, with Paul Dubove, Lillian Baeff, Lou Krugman, Junius Matthews, Jan Arvin, and Jack Prusian. The special music is written and conducted by Leith Stevens. Be sure to be with us again at the same time next week when another most unusual expense account is handed in by
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
the great hit tunes of early 1939. Deep Purple, Penny Serenade, I Cried for You. How many more can you remember dancing to, romancing to? You'll hear them in smart new 1949 arrangements when your hit parade on parade comes along immediately over all of these same CBS stations. Alan Botzer speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.